So a federal lawsuit has been filed in Minnesota based on a teacher assaulting students and also singling out the black children. Now, you know how I feel about schools, and the only thing I can say about the pandemic, horrible as it's been, but the blessing of the pandemic has been a lot of our children have been away from these schools where our children are assaulted, our children are mentally assaulted, our children are miseducated, our children are put in the school to prison pipeline because, even Malcolm X said, if they don't treat you right, then why in the world are you sitting over there letting these people educate our children? You see, only a fool would allow his enemy to educate his children. And black folks have been very foolish for a very, very long time until the time of the pandemic. Now, a lot of y'all is used to doing homeschool now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about this. Our kids aren't being subjected to this crap. Now, they say the lawsuit itself was filed by a Kirsten Lindsay, a parent, of a child who attended Harambee Elementary School in Roseville. It says she's suing for racial discrimination, unequal protection, battery, and neglect and negligent supervision. It says the suit targets Roseville area schools and the teacher Geraldine Cook, a second grade teacher at the elementary school in the Twin Cities suburb. Now, the woman who's suing her son also was a student in that woman's class. So it said, according to court documents, it said the woman that's suing, concern began after she began volunteering at the school, and that lady, the teacher, told her she was having issues with a particular group of students. It said the student she was referring to are black, according to the lawsuit. Now, I said the woman who's suing, it also said the teacher made the black students sit in a segregated area. It said Lindsay complained to Dellen Smith. It said the school's principal on 2 separate occasions, but nothing was done. Now, that teacher, which we would call her a white supremacist teacher, actually, is also accused of assaulting 3 students, it said, including Lindsay's son. It said the lawsuit claimed that the teacher choked a 7-year-old because he was gargling water in the class. Things that kids do. You know what I'm saying? But you going to choke somebody? Now, she said she did not find out about the incident until her son informed her that the teacher removed him from the class, and the principal told the students not to tell your parents. Then the concerned mother found out that 6 other children told her about the same assault. The lawsuit states that the mom said she noticed changes in her son, and he had a psychological evaluation done, found out that he had a recent trauma. She eventually transferred her children to another school district. Okay. So that previous October, that teacher had grabbed a black girl's shirt so hard it ripped. It said a week later, it said a court document reports another student said Cook put her hands on him and doesn't like black students. I mean, these children know this, that she don't like the black students. Another one, she smushed him in the face. It said, now this woman resigned in December 2019 and lost her teaching license July of this year. Okay. So the district attorney's office did not want to charge her anything, say she didn't do anything wrong. Not to say you can't go over his head, but now they have a lawsuit. They're seeking unspecified monetary damages with this lawsuit. And I think they should be able to get that lawsuit. But she should have some criminal charges. Why is she putting her hands on kids? Because if a parent go up to the school and do something like that, they want to get them arrested. So why she can get away with it? But in these public schools, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm not a fan of public school. Not at all. My 6-year-old, I love the school that she go to. Love it, love it, love it. And that's exactly where she's going to stay. And she can stay in her school from her age now all the way up till the time for her to graduate high school. And I say that's exactly what you're going to stay. Whether you physically here or now because of virtual, they offer virtual school, or you're going to do it virtually, but you're going to stay in that school because my little, 6-year-old is more advanced than the average 6-year-old because of that. And all her teachers are, black women. So I don't have no issues with anything. I don't deal with no racism with schools or none of that because, like I said, they couldn't be putting their hands on my child. Because, like I said, I would take a little bit, with me, I'm more patient, but you put your hands on my children, I become a different individual because, you're not going to be harming my babies. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the situation, with this particular school. Now, remember, no criminal charges. Only thing what happened is she lost her teaching license. Well, if you take her teaching license away, wouldn't you think that just maybe it was a reason for that?